All right, Happy New Year's, everyone. My voice is a little raspy because I was sick a couple of days ago, but I'm recovering. But I'm gonna get right into it. Um, it's been about a month since I posted something. A bit inconsistent, but we back. Um, right now I'm in First Samuel. Chapter 8 through chapter 13 is where we at right now. I made a little bit of progress, but it's been good. Um, so basically, in the part I'm at right now, it's talking about how Israel just got out of a war, another war where they were enslaved by a powerhouse, and they cried to the Lord, and He came to rescue them yet again. He sent a prophet named Samuel, and Samuel came and did the Lord's will, and they lived peacefully. Gosh, uh, after after that, the Philistines came into power, and the Israelites felt like they needed a king in order to, basically stand with them, essentially. When they have the Lord as their king, that's the one who's governed, that's the one who's ruling, that's the one who's doing everything for the Israelites. But they feel like they need more. They're asking God like, oh, I need this. I know you tell me this is good, but I know what I need. I know as a nation we need a king. That's the only way we're gonna be powerful. We need this king. So that's what they asked for. And Samuel at the time was the prophet, and he was upset about it, but he prayed to the Lord about what they asked for, and the Lord was basically upset. He it says that he seen that it was evil in his eyes that they even tried to, ask for a king when they have the Lord right there with them the whole time, leading and guiding them throughout their whole journey. So once Samuel prayed to the Lord about what Israel has been crying about, has been asking him for, he told him like, you know what? Fine, I'm gonna give you guys a king, and this is what the king is gonna do to you. And basically, it was basically like a king that you really wouldn't want to have. I'm assuming those who probably, if you've seen this, you probably read it, you know what I'm talking about. But those who haven't, it's basically a king that you wouldn't want to be under his rule. It's like going from having a ruler who blesses you abundantly, and just gives you things, not all free will, but like, it's kind of like a you you being obedient and you get rewarded for it, essentially. Then to have a king who's, you know just taking everything, taking half of what you own, and just basically using you for their gain, essentially. But the Lord is generous to His people, and He loves His people, and He will bless His people, but He will also discipline them. So yeah, but now where we at? So they asked for a king, and the Lord is giving them a king, and then now we get to uh the next person who's going to be the person who's going to be a king named Saul. Now Samuel is the prophet at the time, but he was told about a man named Saul. He didn't know his name was Saul, but he was told about a man named Saul who would come to him. The Lord told him, and we learn about Saul and like his upbringing, and yeah, he's an Israelite, but he's from like the smallest tribe and whatnot. But um, basically, Saul does his deeds. He does great deeds, and he's built up as a king in Israel. And he does things for the Lord. Now, his story is really real striking to me because it's like, man, the Israelites literally had God. Like, they had God as their king. Like, they didn't need a king. They was the only nation who just had their God. He was the God. He was God. They had him, and he was king, and he was watching over them, ensuring them with victories over their enemies. Like, no one stood against them. They had everything they ever could need or ever could want. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted more. and they didn't trust what God was telling them, like, hey, like, no weapon against you shall prosper, basically. You know, like, you have me by your side, like, I'm not gonna let anything happen to you, you know? And so we go through what Saul is doing a little bit, and it comes to the point to where they're now at war with the Philistines, you know. So Saul is out with all the Israelites. He's out to help another tribe, but he's fighting the Philistines. But he was